After 40 years of diplomatic relationship, we are here this time around to reset that relationship, to enhance that relationship, broaden the scope and deepen it for the good of our two countries.
And as visitors, they had expressed their desires to deepen their relationship, especially in the areas of agriculture, food production, and other agricultural products for economic development and food security.
From afar, we have admired the great strides that this country has made to develop its people, and we admire that the move by the government, and we are here to foster a relationship so that we can share in that experience.
The Vietnam Academy of Agricultural Sciences, Vist, president and other professors updated President Bill and team about the various varieties they are producing every year. Professor Gunyeng Hong Song said the Academy performs the functions of science, research, technology, development and consultancies of international cooperation and agricultural development centers. They have more than 2,000 staff, develop cooperatives with 33 different countries, and collaborating with international organization agencies across the world. And they have contributed immensely to make sure that food security is often part of the agricultural system and focus on seed products, cultivation, techniques, technology, and innovation.
Also, so far, the agricultural science cooperation between two countries has been limited, but it is still in place at the heart of the cooperation between the two countries, Vietnam and Sierra Leone. Especially in October 2011, the delegation of Vietnam technical experts led by Professor Julius, who later became Vice President of FAP, to conduct a survey in agricultural production in Sierra Leone. In the report of the mission, experts proposed a project on building the Sierra Leone Rice Research Center to conduct the research, conservation, and development in descendant rice variety and Vietnamese rice variety to supply not only to Sierra Leone but also to other countries in the region.
President Julius noted that his delegation is in Vietnam to search and collaborate, acknowledging the fact that the government has made significant progress in terms of development. The trajectory of development of Vietnam is admirable, and they want Sierra Leone to follow the good steps and associate with them so that Sierra Leone too will be self-sufficient in rice production, which is the country's staple food, and other agricultural products. He said before, his country was exporting rice to other countries, but today is the opposite, and COVID-19 has taught the world to be self-sufficient, and he is personally interested in agriculture and wants Sierra Leone to make economic progress, which is the best way to also stimulate economic development.
More than 60% of our population depends on agriculture. So with that number, we will be creating employment, we'll be creating livelihood, and we'll be creating wealth for the nation. We can avoid the mistakes by making sure that our agricultural venture is led by research, sound research, cutting-edge research. So this is where Vist comes in. We are not just here to listen, we are here to establish concrete collaboration with Vist, and we want to leverage that cooperation for the purpose of actually developing sustainable agriculture, grain agriculture, in Sierra Leone.
A PowerPoint presentation on Vist COP research achievements and outlook for Vietnam-Sierra Leone collaboration was done by Vice President of Vist, Professor Dao Tangang. Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, Dr. Abu Karim, commended the Vist Academy for their support, noting that a delegation from the Academy had already visited Sierra Leone and did some studies with his ministry. A memorandum of understanding was also signed between the Vietnam Academy of Agricultural Sciences and the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security. At the National Assembly of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in Hanoi, President's bill was received by the chairman, Vinh Dinh Yung, who expressed appreciation for the president's visit, which will strengthen their bilateral ties as they are always pleased to connect with African countries. He said they had been yearning for such opportunity to connect with Sierra Leone Parliament to work together and support each other, and gave a brief background of the assembly since it was established in 1946.
Tăng cường hơn nữa cái quan hệ với chính phủ Việt Nam và tăng cường mối quan hệ hai nước trên tất cả các cái kênh, kể cả về kênh đảng, rồi đối ngoại nhà nước, ngoại giao nghị viện, cái giao lưu của nhân dân.
Representing the National Assembly and myself, I will always reiterate we support the tightening of relations with African countries in general, as well as Sierra Leone in particular, in order to promote the relations with the government of Vietnam across all channels. For example, through the party, through the foreign relations with our state, as well as through people-to-people exchange.
President Bill spoke about the purpose of the delegation visit to Vietnam, noting that he has already met with the President and Prime Minister and has discussed at bilateral and multilateral levels with them. The National Assembly, he noted, had played an important role in the management in Vietnam, and they have to foster some level of cooperation between the National Assembly and Sierra Leone's Parliament.
After 40 years of diplomatic relationship, we are here this time round to reset that relationship, to enhance that relationship, broaden the scope and deepen it for the good of our two countries.
And as visitors, they had expressed their desires to deepen their relationship, especially in the areas of agriculture, food production, and other agricultural products for economic development and food security.
From afar, we have admired the great strides that this country has made to develop its people, and we admire that the move by the government, and we are here to foster a relationship so that we can share in that experience.
The National Assembly is a 500 delegates legislative body elected to a 5-year term that meets twice a year. The Assembly also appoints the President, the Prime Minister, Head of Government, the Chief Justice of the Supreme People's Court of Vietnam, the Head of the Supreme People's Bureaucracy of Vietnam.